If small talk at a party drains you faster than an iPhone, if you're more observant than loud, more thoughtful than flashy, this dating video is for you. Because being introverted doesn't mean you are bad at dating, but it might mean that women simply don't notice you. It means you'll also thrive in social environments where presence is more important than performance. So today I'm breaking down some of the best places to meet women if you're an introverted guy. Let's start with an easy win. Bookstores, especially independent ones, and book clubs are a godsend for the introverted guy. Look here, no one's rushing, everyone's quietly engaged, and there's natural conversation starters everywhere. In bookstores, you don't have to be clever, you just have to be curious and use situational opening lines. If you struggle to think on the fly, here are a couple of my favorites that you can have in your back pocket for the next time you spot a cute woman in a bookstore. I've seen that book everywhere. Is it actually good? Okay, you paused on that for longer than was necessary. Guilty pleasure? I love how you're trying to decide between this one and this one. You're really deliberating. If she responds, great. If she doesn't, no problem. When you use a situational observation like the ones I've suggested, really it's an invitation to conversation that's extremely low pressure. And do remember, if a woman does not respond, doesn't mean that you're unattractive. It just means that in that moment, she's not fully socially confident talking to someone that she doesn't know, which is a feeling I think we can all identify with. If you're a regular somewhere, it's going to make you feel more comfortable. A great habit you can develop for your dating life is simply, if there's an activity that you could do at home, like working or exercising, do it outside the house. If you go to the same cool independent coffee shop or co-working space regularly, it's going to prime you to have new social interactions. If she sees you around there regularly and you see her around there regularly, it's going to start to feel really natural to start a conversation. Simply noticing, hey, you know what, I always see you around and I always mean to introduce myself. I'm Neil. When you say something like that, because you have that base of familiarity, it's going to feel socially smooth. Introverts tend to hate fake socializing, but they love deep focus activities that are aligned with their interests, whether that's beginner's French, bouldering, or art classes. The fact you and her are participating in an activity together creates that social ease, and it also means if the conversation falls flat, you just turn back to what you were doing and you have something to fall back on. Try using a really simple conversation stem like, I like how you are, to build observational ways to start a conversation. I like how you're more focused than I am. I like how I'm clearly lagging behind in this class and you're way ahead. I like how your sketch looks semi-professional and I look like a toddler who's got out his mum's paints. By remembering the conversational stem, I like how you are, it will help you to easily build observational openers. And remember, these do not need to be clever or earth-shattering. In fact, simple and easy to understand is a real sweet spot for talking to women. Introverts, of which I am one by the way, tend to be values-driven. This means you actually do stuff you really care about. Therefore, volunteering or community-based activities are a natural win for you. Whether it's volunteering at an animal shelter, a food bank, or a beach cleanup, this is going to be a great place for you to meet women who share the causes that you really care about. And look, even if you don't find your future girlfriend there, you may meet her best friend who may invite you to something and you can really develop your social circles. Plus, there's natural and incredibly easy conversation starters here, which again makes sense for the environment you're in. Try asking her, so how long have you been doing this? How did you find out about it? What got you into it? Because it's relaxed and you share a purpose, people are going to be very receptive to talking, so you really don't need to overthink this. Those casual social questions will work brilliantly in this environment to get conversations started. I don't think you need to be an extrovert to win with women at all. However, it can really help if you have a friend who is a natural social butterfly, whether that is a man or a woman. You don't need to be the most sociable person at the party or the loudest person in the room. You can channel that James Bond cool introvert energy and let your really cool friend do the hard work of starting conversations. Often introverts and extroverts work brilliantly together because whilst the extrovert will bulldoze in there and start that chat, you will bring the cavalry and you'll keep that conversation going on a more deep and connected level. So you don't need to change your personality, but it can be helpful to buddy up with people who are complementary to you. So here's the thing, I don't think introversion is a weakness. In fact, used in the right way, it can be a real superpower. So it's time that you stop seeing being introverted as a limitation for meeting and dating women and start to think a little bit more carefully about how you can use it to your advantage. So if your dating apps are bombing and parties ain't your thing, remember, projecting quiet confidence is always super attractive. If you want to learn out more about how you can do this in the real world, I'm dating coach Hayley Quinn, and I'd love to see you on one of my trainings soon.